Hi, this is Roman, and today I'll be sharing an activity that we are going to do for Unit 7 on circles, Day 23, A New Way to Measure Angles, Part 1, with a goal of how can we convert between degrees and radians. So I'm going to be focusing on slide 10 for an excellent routine called Which One Doesn't Belong? And here we have 4 graphic representations, and the goal would be for students to pick which one they feel doesn't belong and then justify it. So I'm going to go over a way to incorporate that in a digital setting using the platform of Desmos. So I'm going to desmos.com, and as I'm here, I'm going to click Browse Activities. And as it loads, I'm going to see on my left-hand side, Custom, and I'm going to click a new activity. So I'm going to label this Which One Doesn't Belong, and I will create that activity. So here I have all the options on my left hand side, and I'm going to be clicking the multiple choice option. So you'll notice for the multiple choice option you can include math notation, which is very friendly for our math teachers, a graph, or an image, and I'm going to be utilizing the image here. So as I go back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot of A, B, C, and D. So I'm going to do that right now. And as I do this, the goal is going to be for students to see these images. And instead of verbally say which one doesn't belong, you're going to be able to see their responses. So as I click image, it's going to take me to my desktop where I just took these screenshots. And let me start with A. As I open them, I see A right away, and I can add an image description for my purposes here. I'm not going to. Let's add one more multiple choice option, and let's do the same thing for B. And I'm going to continue this for C and D also. So again, just clicking the image button, going to where you saved it. The one negative of Desmos is that you do have to save the image, right? So if you are using a PC and you're using that sniping tool, I would just suggest you go to the right hand side and click File, Save Image, and pick a location for it that you could find and then upload. So now I have my activity. I have A, B, C, D. I am going to go back and see what the instructions were. It was explained why a particular item does not belong, and then find at least one reason each item doesn't belong. And we'll go over a few features of Desmos here. So if I want, as I copy this, I could put it here. And if I click preview, I see what it looks like, right? But I don't feel like it belongs here. I'm gonna add note, and I'm gonna put it in the note section. See, there's a gap there, so let me fix that. And as a title, I want to have the routine's title, Which One Doesn't Belong, right? And now if I click preview, I see what it looks like. It still looks pretty great here. And students have an option, right? They're clicking, and then it says that gives you the option to explain your thinking here. So we have our 4 images for our routine, and students can pick which one they feel doesn't belong, and then it follows up with asking them to explain their thinking, and they have the tool here to use the math notation if they choose to. So as I exit out of here, I'm showing you guys how to import images as a possible multiple choice entry, and then also how to manipulate this. Also, if you don't like the layout, right, if you just hold down these 3 tabs here in the middle, you can modify it how you like it. So here, you can put all of them to the side, and I can see what that layout looks like, right? I personally like the layout before, and you have many options that way. So now I'm going to slide down to the options I have for multiple choice. And if I slide down here, I can ask students to explain their thinking. And I think one thing that would be very valuable in this routine is to show students their classmates' responses. So having that ability for students to respond to one another would be very vital here especially in our current condition where we might not know why students' mics might be muted. There might be a situation going on where they might not be able to speak. So having students see those responses right away and be able to feed off them is very valuable in the course of this discussion. So now I want to share what you see as a teacher, right? We saw the student preview here, and I'm going to go to an activity that I did like this as a teacher. So why would this be valuable for you as a teacher to do in Desmos? Here, I see every student's name that chose a multiple choice response, right? And also, let's say for some reason you might have forgot what was going on. If it was not a which one doesn't belong, you could add an answer key and you could see what the correct solutions were. If it's a long lesson and you may have forgotten something there. So why are these names important in the context of the question or in the context of a lesson plan? We could use these names for which one doesn't belong to set up breakout rooms, right? Because we want students to have this discourse to justify what's going on with their conclusions or why they feel one of these diagrams doesn't belong. So as I'm going into my breakout rooms here, right? So if I go to Google Meet and I start an instant meeting, I'm going to dismiss, and I want to make sure to let you guys know that this is only for the DOE Gmail accounts at this time. If your school has a network, it is not going to work yet. It's not going to have this activities tab. So as you click the activities tab and you click breakout rooms, right, and set up breakout rooms, what it's going to let you do is with your students, let you drag and drop here, right? And you can modify. After you choose shuffle, which might not make sense here, you might want certain students to explain their thinking for which one doesn't belong, and you get to see their names here to design this activity, right? And then you can click open rooms and it'll shift you in that room. I see I'm in breakout room 1, right? Once you click, it'll prompt the students to join right away. And you as a teacher, I'm gonna let that go here. You as a teacher has the option to jump into these breakout rooms. So I am the organizer, so you can see I have the option to leave or join another breakout room. So you could jump into the breakout rooms and have students explain their thinking and gather those thoughts for a whole group discussion or help out in the smaller group discussions here. One more thing that I'd like to point out about Google Meet in the course of this activity, one new option that they just made is an ask for help option. So I've heard students say that on the top left of a PC, they see the ask for help button, which can be really useful in here. And also for students using a iPad, they click these 3 dots and they see an ask for help button. Obviously we can't see it as a teacher. I hope this was helpful.